Good morning. So we are here for another garden tour. I'm gonna try and start doing some more content, but because of the beds that have just been so overtaken by weeds, that's been a bit of a struggle. Just because I'm just trying to get my garden in this year. But these garden tours are for myself as well as you. But mainly so that I can see what I've planted and where. And see the progress. Oh no, something ate my sunflower. Sorry. I was just admiring it yesterday about how great it looked, and now the whole top is eaten off. I'm pretty sure I have rabbits getting in over there somewhere. They got in last year too, and I thought we got it blocked off, but apparently not. Well, let's start this garden tour. It's a little messy, just to warn you. Here's my sunflower. That's something just like, if I can get it to focus. Come on. Something just ate the entire top off of it. But here we go. We've got some kohlrabi in here, eggplants. The eggplants seem to be doing a little better. I haven't seen many flea beetles on them lately, and I think I may have gotten them mostly under control. So that's good. But I keep finding aphids on them. So we don't want that. See, this is why I think that I have rabbits in here again. Those two plants, excuse my dirty fingernail, those are celery. And I planted celery in this bed last year, and it just kept getting eaten every year. And they've been being eaten on. I planted spaghetti squash in here and some peppers. And I know the spaghetti squash is going to just take over everywhere, but the purpose of planting it is for food, not necessarily for a neat and tidy garden. So, and zucchini. Those are probably way too close together, but basil, some basil over there. And there are some onions and some dill planted in here. The dill doesn't seem to be doing great. Now this bed has really started to take off. We've got our chamomile here. We've got lots of onions throughout this side of the bed. My carrot is blooming. I'm excited. I'm going to save these seeds. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3 buds? 4? Wow, there's a lot of... Okay, I'm going to need to keep an eye on this so I don't end up with carrot seeds everywhere. Tulsi basil, it's looking healthier. It's just not growing very much. So we'll see how that does. Actually, it looks like it's getting ready to go to seed. I don't want you to bloom yet. So we're just going to pinch off those blooms. My blueberry tomatoes, all on this side. I haven't gotten these in the ground yet, and we've got some chili peppers coming on. Oh well. Oh, I got buds on my green beans. Look at this. Oh, I'm so excited. Those are going to be purple. I think they're purple wonder bush beans. Very excited. This artichoke is starting to do really, really good. Oh, it's so beautiful. I have my Fidel tomatoes on this side. Those are paste tomatoes. I'm very excited. We're going to make a lot of sauces this year. My lettuce in the middle. It's red romaine. And then this calendula, if you were around for when I started doing these on Instagram, this thing got eaten back so far. Whatever is eating my sunflower and celery was eating this. But look, I got little buds on it now. So that's exciting. And then again, this side of the green bean patch is not doing great. My daughter played around in it and messed things up. My very large milkweed patch that grew here all on its own, but I let it, so there's lots of blooms. That's very exciting. And these stupid slugs, they're everywhere. Thankfully, they're not really eating my plants. We've got a red clover bush here that I've been harvesting from that just, it's not really a bush, red clover patch. Anyway, I've been harvesting from it because you can make a red clover salve, and it's really good for eczema. And I have eczema pretty bad on my feet. There are my raspberries. This one's still not doing anything. I really think it's done, but I'm gonna keep trying. This one's got a little bit coming in right there and at the base. And we got a little tree here. Let's pull that out. My blackberries are coming in nicely. I don't think I'm gonna get a harvest off of anything this year. I really wish I would, but I don't think I will. My sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes. So this was a bad idea. I plant potatoes by placing them on the ground and covering them in straw. So that's what I did here. And then I decided I would try the same thing for sunchokes. And I would do a test patch of them covered in straw and then them just buried. Because harvesting potatoes is way easier when you can just pull the straw back and pick them up off the ground. But I think only one survived. And I planted like 3 here and then 4 in there. So I won't be doing that again, but that's good to know. Oh man, I have been fighting aphids like crazy this year. They're just so bad. I'm going to squish them. Okay. And random bucket in the middle of the walkway. We still have this bed that very badly needs to be weeded. This is where I had corn last year. And this bed that very badly needs to be weeded with my oregano, and I have garlic chives in here too, which really don't seem to be doing super well. It looks like the slugs are getting it. But, well, this is my next bed to tackle, is this one. I've got to get these things out of here before they bloom and put more seed down. On the other side of the trellis here, we have wheat coming up voluntarily. We have, I think these 2 are butternut squash, and those 3 are Peter Pan squash. I've never grown either one before, so let's see how they do. We've got several different kinds of peppers. There's some yellow wonder peppers in here. I think there's a purple beauty in here somewhere. There's banana peppers, some chili pepper, just a lot of different kinds of peppers. And I decided to, because this is just going to be a perennial bed next year, I think, I decided to go ahead and plant some chocolate mint. And I'm going to probably plant some peppermint in here too. Maybe just stick with the chocolate mint. And some lemon balm. And I know they come back every year. But those are 2 things that I use a lot of in teas. And I can never keep them alive when they're in pots. So they're in the garden. We've got a little volunteer chamomile plant over there. And our like crazy tall asparagus. So this is what asparagus looks like when they start to fern out and go to seed. And I'm letting them do this now so that they can just put their energy back into the roots for next year. We're done eating from this asparagus patch. My thyme has flowered, and it's so beautiful. The sage has flowered too, but it's almost done now. It looked prettier in the last garden tour. And then I do have some mint over there. That's just regular mint. Don't use it nearly as much as I use peppermint and chocolate mint. But it looks like maybe it's being ravaged by aphids. And then, of course, my rhubarb. So there's that. And a little baby asparagus here. Oh, I almost forgot to mention this cabbage seems to be doing really good. So I'm very, very excited about it. The cabbage moths are leaving it alone, which is awesome. It's probably a lot stronger having survived the winter. And I do have my green stalk here is filled with cabbage. They're kind of spindly looking still. They're starting to look better. But that's because I had it up on the deck over there, and it really doesn't get very much sun. Not enough for cabbage. And it was just getting leggy, trying to reach for the sun. So we've got our calendula here. Does this need to be watered? Maybe a little. I think these are zucchini. Tomato plants and another tomato plant underneath. Those still need to be planted. Those still need to be planted. Tomatillos are looking good. I'm gonna have to check them again for some beetle larvae, potato beetle larvae, because they were being like eaten really bad. You can kind of see on this plant still there's some holes in that leaf. And I saw a potato beetle on this one yesterday. So I just need to check and make sure I got all the eggs off. Some green beans coming up over there amongst our bronze fennel. And some volunteer nettle. Like right there is some volunteer nettle. Calendula. And another calendula plant. This is root. This that looks like parsley through here is Hamburg rooted parsley. So its root is edible, and it gets to taste a lot like a parsnip. So I'm very excited about that because you can eat the leaves, and you can eat the root of that plant. And another calendula plant. Some more green beans, basil. There's another basil over there, and an itty bitty basil right there that's not doing super well. A few onions scattered throughout, and it looks like maybe a bird was sifting through the straw. And cucumbers. And this is finally starting to reach. This is Malabar spinach. So it's like a vining plant, and eventually it'll reach here, and I'll put it up the trellis, just like the cucumbers are gonna go. So we've got another Malabar spinach here that isn't doing quite as well. Yeah, birds were definitely sifting through here. Cucumbers that seem to be all buried in straw. I'll have to go through and fix. Some tomato plants. These tomato plants were left unplanted for a very long time. I really shouldn't let them be flowering yet, so I'm going to pinch these off because I really need it to focus on growing right now. That one's probably okay. But that one's really sad, and I'm not sure it's going to survive. I got it propped up with a stick. We'll see. We've got, okay, so the rest of this garden has green beans in it. There's some volunteer radishes, some onions planted, green beans, which something's eating. and then more onions. And over there I planted some chives amongst some rosemary. The rest of those are probably all green beans, and then another Malabar spinach. So there's, well, that bed. And we've come along here, we've got my sunflowers. Thankfully nothing is eating these yet. Potato plants, volunteer potato plants. And my beautiful Sweet William. I love Sweet William. And some more clover. And my coneflower is about to bloom. So that'll be pretty. And look at this bed. This bed has just exploded. Like, this is incredible. And I'm not even sure. So these are the cucumbers. These are Space Master, which I thought were like a bushing variety, and maybe they are. I'm pretty sure these are way too close together. But we'll see how this does. And these eggplants, these look so incredible compared to the ones in that other bed. Like, these are amazing. Now, the soil in this bed is newer and probably has more nutrients, so that's probably a big part of it. I have not amended that bed with anything. Now, I plan to make some rabbit tea and spray all the beds down with that. And I'll explain to you what that is in another video. But that should help. I'm so excited about these cucumber plants. Look at this. Oh, they're so beautiful. But there's that. Some more nettle coming up over there. Oh, I forgot about that bed. Right back there. You see that? That bed has some red romaine in it, and then also a zinnia in the middle for decoration. Oh, and we forgot about the pool, the kiddie pool. I guess I'm going back there anyway. I need to clean up the garden. Okay, so I've planted this bed out, and we've got some tender sweet orange watermelons in here, which I'm super excited about. I planted a marigold and a zinnia just for pretty things in the middle. And then these are Dixie Queen watermelons here. I am very excited about the tender sweet orange because those are an heirloom variety. I think the Dixie Queen are also an heirloom variety. But regardless, you don't get orange watermelon very often. So I'm super excited. Here's this bed. It's doing a little bit better. It did get toppled over in the middle of the night a couple of days ago and lost a lot of dirt, and so I had to put a bunch of dirt back in it and replant everything. I need to put some sand or some water in that. But some more tomato plants underneath. So yeah, I think that's it now. I don't think I missed anything. We do still have lots of plants to plant. Flowers and celery and peppers, which some of these I'm going to take and plant at the house that our church owns. Our new pastor is coming, I think next weekend. And so we're having a work day there today, and I'm going to plant some plants in the garden bed for them. I don't think this is a permanent stay for them. They're going to find it. Because this house wasn't purchased to be a patronage. It was purchased to minister to the community. And so, but we're using it to minister to our minister right now while they look for a house, a more permanent home. And I'm very excited. So thank you for joining me on my garden tour this morning. Yeah. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to put them down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. You have a wonderful day.